It does. So I don't think that actually is a Space Invaders cabinet, but the control panel.
Okay, yeah,
looks very very similar to, though not exactly like.
This is my grandfather's. He's had it since the Civil War. I think it's really unique. I've never seen anything else like this.
Yeah.
You have a real treasure on your hands.
You know, if this was real, it would. If we're looking at the actual authentic article, then it could be worth somewhere in the neighborhood of $10,000-$20,000.
Oh wow! Really?
Yeah. Unfortunately, what we have here is a reproduction.
Oh.
So it's worth about $18.
Well, that was a little less than I had expected. Mammy's going to be a little disappointed.
They don't do those anymore. It's all just the really good ones anymore. I feel like anytime I watch Antiques Roadshow, it's just everyone is like, yeah, it's worth $50,000, and then going, oh my!
They don't do the big bust.
Yeah, it seems like they don't. They stay away from those.
Ever since the first ever $1 million evaluation. They've had to kick it up. You know?
Well, I just don't think you don't want to see like they thought they might have had something in it, it was just crap. It's like you want every one of those to be like, maybe I have something awesome in my house that's worth a bunch of money.
You need some of those though. You don't want to go into every single segment knowing it's going to be a big payout.
The tension's gone.
Yeah.
Especially when it's the heirloom. That's the one that always killed me. It was like, this is my great grandmother's from Italy. It was a pendant she wore all the time and passed down.
Yeah, those were always great because they always would end with like, oh well, it's meaningful to you then.
Right.
Hey, you'll continue to share.
This is actually they call this shitter's gold because they would sometimes just eat stuff and find it, or fake gold. I don't know, some people call it that.
Yeah.
It's worth about a nickel. Sentimental value.
You really like it, and that's all that counts, right?
But I need to sell this for crack.
Yeah, like that was always the other weird underlying thing. Like, okay, if this thing has been in your family for all these years,
I need money.
Why are you here doing
cash money right now?
Insurance appraisals.
Okay, all right.
That's often the reason given for whoa, that thing is clearly come through the family for a long time. You have like this scrapbook of Civil War autographs from major figures in the Civil War from both sides. Like, holy shit!
How much is it worth? How much should I insure this for?
Yeah, how much should I insure this for? Like, that's the why.
I'll give you $5 for it right now.
All right, $7. And this Warbirds machine.
A friend of my family's into Civil War collecting. He's got a Lincoln letter.
Really?
I've seen it.
Like signed by Lincoln?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
How do you preserve something like that?
It was between plastic.
Keep it out of the sun.
Ziploc?
It's mostly in currency. It's got a lot
Just
of
roll it up.
Confederate currency.
Oh.
I ruined Antiques Roadshow for myself because I just went on YouTube and watched the top 10 most valuable appraisals ever.
And it'll never be better
yeah,
than
what's the point now?
I don't know. That show can be like how it's made for me. That's an easy roll. If they run a bunch of those together,
glued to the couch.
you can just start watching some Antiques Roadshow.
I fell in another Storage Wars hole. Pretty bad.
I started watching because of your ass.
I got 48 episodes of that saved on my TV box.
Jesus. And there's a bunch of them on the Netflix also.
Yeah. Another 52 in a storage cabinet.
Is there an art to that show?
Desert.
I only watched one episode.
Not really.
Just watch it whenever.
Yeah.
Wherever.
They seem pretty self-contained.
Yeah.
The one episode I watched, everyone sucks.
Yeah.
All of the people that are doing this are shitty people.
No, Barry's good.
I don't know him by name. I'm sorry. That's just one episode.
He seems like he's doing it for the right reasons. He's not a friggin' dirtbag.
What are the right reasons, though?
He's just from the research. It sounds like he made a bunch of money on grocery stores, selling them. Started a chain and sold it or something like that. And he's just like some dude. He's probably like in his 60s or something like that. That just likes old shit.
Curiosity.
Yeah, he's just like, I'm just gonna go see if there's any weird collectibles in here, and then maybe some of them I'll sell to people, or if I just like it, I'll keep it. He's not a
schemer.
He doesn't have a secondhand store or another auction operation like all these other guys. That's just like, we need tools. We need to get these tools, and we're gonna take these tools, and we made $3,000 off of these tools and these lights. He's just like
copper. We can recycle that copper.
Right? Yeah. He just seems like he's just got a ton of kick-ass old. I hope when I am an old-ass man, I am cool in the way that dude is cool. There's a bunch of fancy old-ass cars and dresses, in an eccentric manner. You're like, yeah, man, this dude's fucking doing it.
I love just the wild-ass, just out of nowhere, on-the-spot appraisals that these dudes do.
Yeah,
from
that's great too.
Look,
that's a $70 bill. That's $70. That's $50 all day long.
Like, what? You just barely looked at that sideboard thing, and you decided that. How do you know that's not just some IKEA thing?
Yeah.
What the? I don't believe your expertise.
That's $300
goes that broad.
And it's great that it's like they say that and it immediately rings up on the thing
as if it's fact. Yep, that's it.
Like
that's how much this.
That's $300 clearly.
And they don't do follow up with the selling.
No, I kind of wish that there was some of that.
Like at the end, it actually turns out like the guy ranked it like, oh, this is worth $50,000.
Yeah.
Actually, real value like $400.
Anything that would be worth that much is they actually take to an expert, which is usually not actually an expert. I imagine that they're just feeding the person like, this is what it's actually worth. We did the real research because we planted this in this locker anyway. Increasingly convinced that the whole thing is fucking fake as shit.
Totally rigged.
Yeah.
Like they did a couple of test episodes. One was good, and then the rest, every time they film it, there's nothing in there. It's like we can't make this
like,
show.
We gotta put stuff in these lockers.
There's only so many of these auctions per year, per month.
That would make it so much more fun to watch if you as the viewer were part of that.
Right.
Like you knew you were in on it.
I want the other end. I want them to go and find I want the fucking tragic story. Because that's the thing that they always really glaze over is the fact that someone had this storage unit and then stopped paying to maintain it for some reason. I want to know why.
It's like a Hoarders crossover episode.
There was one where family photos were found, and they said like they implied that they were going to turn them in at the front desk, so that people got them back.
I don't think you want, like, life is too miserable. There's too many bad
if you want bad
situations.
stories of people gone wrong, like just watch any other show on television. Storage Wars is uplifting, and it's an up with people message. It's not about that, and I don't want you to poison it. Basically,
I was really bummed out when I found out that the Bootleggers, the Moonshiners show was completely staged.
I don't know what that is.
It was the show where they were following fucking bootleggers. Guys, got modern bootleggers.
It was under the pretense
if it was real.
Yeah, I guess so. I looked into it some on Wikipedia, and it's like, like none of this is actually for realsies. Which is too bad because they do actually like kind of break down the whole like aside from giving you recipes, just sort of like this is what this piece of equipment is for, and this is how they hide it out in the fucking forest. And
I do feel like it might be tough to do a reality show of something highly illegal.
Well,
this is like just do like meth wars,
right? We're in an undisclosed location with everybody blurred out.
Yeah.
What's your recipe?
Well, I like to cook with we put a little sugar in there, just sweeten it up a little bit. I don't know that it actually makes a difference, but I like it.
The girl from
sweating in here.
The girl from Blair Witch Project just put out a book about her new career as a medicinal pot grower. Like
Really?
she's a supplier to dispensaries.
But that's not illegal, at least. That's,
It's still
federally.
Yeah.
federally, it's fully
It
illegal.
is quite illegal.
There have been documentaries and
They just
stuff
choose
that
not
go
to
out.
Tell me
Yeah.
that doesn't make perfect sense, Patrick.
She actually
to read
stopped.
this book,
She stopped.
aren't I?
Like the book is out. She did it for some number of years and has stopped. Because I think I read an interview. I think she specifically cited the stress of not knowing if or when the feds were going to descend on her.
I thought the states protect that stuff pretty.
You
pretty
can't.
They don't protect it. They just
federal law
choose not
trumps-
to.
Trump state law.
Yeah.
Oh, you wait, man. You wait until that day. Keeps talking like that.
What are you are anticipating the war of northern aggression too? Is that what you're saying?
I'm gonna go get that.
States' rights are coming back to the
Civil
fore.
War, like the main theater, is totally the Emerald Triangle. That's where all the fighting is going to take place.
Hold on to that Confederate money.
We're all going to get up there,
It's worth shit right now. It's going to come back around, man.
get drafted into the weed wars.
They said it was about pop, but it was really
It's about money.
It's about money.
'Cause it's always about money. No, it's about medicinal. It's like people are in pain.
All right. Weed wars. Good Lord.
Brought to you by Jerry Bruckheimer and Michael Bay.
Brought to you by the Discovery Channel and or the History Channel.
I'm sure there's a show called Weed Wars already.
Probably.
Yeah.
It's probably a documentary
It's
at
in
least.
that Venn diagram of reality TV show somewhere.
Yeah.
Between
It does say wars right on it.
yeah.
right.
It was like swamp.
So I think that
wars.
means it has to air on A&E by law.
Yeah, maybe. Anyways, that's it for emails. Thanks everyone who wrote in. Bombcast at giantbomb.com. And that's it for the show as well.
You seem pensive. Like, that's it for the show?
You sure?
That's it for the show.
Never want to do another one of these again.
That's it.
That's it for the show.
For the show. That is it.
Talked about everything there is to talk about.
What is it?
For the show.
Okay.
Brad, Jeff, Patrick, if anything, you guys so much coming in here every week and doing it real big. Thanks everyone for listening, and we'll be back next week. Next Tuesday, another Bombcast.